downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view. There's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Oh, good morning, Frederick. Today is Tuesday, August 6th, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Well, the 100th show is coming up in less than a month, and I have a survey to get feedback about how things have gone so far. I would love it if you would fill it out. You can get the link on the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page. You can check that out. And I appreciate some of the suggestions you guys have made so far. Some are really great ideas, and I got to see how to implement them. But I will work hard to try to implement as many as I possibly can. And I appreciate the constructive feedback and the positive feedback as well. For those of you that I know have been around since day one and jump on most of the live shows, thank you so much. And really, to those of you who watch throughout the day and even throughout the week, I really appreciate that as well, because obviously that's what helps us achieve the total number of views that we get across all of our platforms. Now, you could be watching right now on one of 6 Facebook pages, or maybe it's LinkedIn, or maybe it's our YouTube channel. I appreciate all of that. And if you have any issues with any of the platforms that we're streaming to, just let me know. Now, what I do is I have to go through each one of those platforms, every single video, to calculate the total number of views that we've received so that I can kind of provide a compilation for our sponsors and advertisers, because that's kind of how I survive. And you will be excited, or I'm excited, to know that since April 1st, we've received more than 110,000 views across all those platforms, which is pretty phenomenal, because these are the numbers of just the shows, the full shows themselves, not the shorts, not the segments that a lot of our people that I've interviewed, that's what they share. They share the segments most of the time. So it is just the total number of views. Obviously, we'd love that to continue to grow along with the number of our subscribers. We are shooting for 1,000 subscribers by September. That was kind of what I put out, I think it was back in May. We started at 0. April 1st, I had 0 subscribers. And right now, we have 644, which is actually pretty amazing. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you've ever tried to get people to subscribe or like or follow or comment or share, you'd know how difficult that job is. So I really, really do appreciate those of you who have subscribed, those of you who have asked your families and friends to subscribe. It's amazing. And we have about 356 more to go, and we have a month left. And one of the reasons 1,000 subscribers is so important is that's really the trigger that YouTube needs to show that this is worthwhile content and that they should be putting it out to people who meet our sort of demographic, geographic, format. So anyway, I would love to get those 356 before September. Well, or by September. I said by my birthday. That's the first week of September. So I don't know. We're going to shoot for it. We are shooting for the stars, people. That's what we're doing. This is what the whole show's about. All right. Good Morning Frederick merch is available at 401 North Market Street, which is the home of everything Frederick. There, you can pick up a 20-ounce travel mug, a t-shirt, a hat, a sticker, or a magnet, and a tank top. Every time you purchase Good Morning Frederick swag, I use the proceeds to donate to local causes. This is how I support the habit of donating to SOAR and Pulling for Veterans and Boys and Girls Club, along with Souls of Love and United Way and all the great organizations we have in this town. So the more you buy, the more I can give. You get something, I get something, the community gets something. That is what I call an absolute win. All right, on today's show, we continue the support and highlight of the businesses participating in Frederick Chambers She Week. Today, I actually chat with one of the She Rows. This is the awards that are given out on the Thursday evening to some local people. And it actually doesn't always have to be a woman. I think last year, Chris Fair won a She Row Award for Equality, so that's great. Well, this year, Karen Abma of Karen Abma Consulting is receiving the award for exclusivity. Oh, no, not exclusivity. What is that called? What is that? Equality. I don't know why I said exclusivity. Equality is the award she is winning. Oh, boy. And I stopped by Market and Patrick Streets to chat with Sarah Hurwitz-Roby from Colonial Jewelers. We talk about the impact the jeweler has made being in Frederick for 75 years and in business for 100 years. That is unbelievable in today's business. I mean, that's really incredible. I also have a special guest today at 9:45 live from California. You're going to meet Coach Ballgame, who is coming to Frederick September 8th. And your child, if they are between the ages of 5 and 12, can go to the Sandlot Baseball Camp happening on September 8th at Lotes Field, which is right next to Keys Stadium. And I think once you hear from him, you will sign up if you've got a child between 5 and 12. He's really, really great. And I never knew who he was before I talked to Rick Wilson, and I think he's really great. Chris and Bob are both off today. Well, Chris isn't actually off, but I think he's handling several things at the radio station. So, no news, weather, or sports today, but that's okay. I know you have other places that you can get that information, even though I think we provide a little bit extra that you don't typically get. Plus, I've also got all your giveaways and all the events for this week, plus some coming up in the near future for you to mark on your calendar. So, I'd love to get the show started. Let's see how we go today with a live guest. I'm going to try to work to where we get him in on time. We'll see. All right, let's go. All right. We want to thank the show's sponsor, Good Morning Frederick. Wouldn't be here without our great sponsors of the show. That is exactly how we continue to move on and how I know I'll be able to keep doing this with their support. We Help You Move is our show sponsor. And whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make that whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran owned, and Nick is a huge supporter of the Frederick community. always giving back and doing whatever he can to support other organizations, which is phenomenal. So we want to help. We want to thank We Help You Move. And when you see somebody on social media saying, hey, do you know of a great mover? Please suggest We Help You, the letter U, Move. They moved us from our townhouse into storage and from our storage unit to the house that we're in now. And they did a great job. I'm always happy to recommend them. All right, let's talk about giveaways. I'd love to give you a pair of tickets to Climbing for a Cause, which is at Tree Trekkers on August 17th. So the tickets for August 17th only, text the word cause, and you could win a pair of tickets. We're going to be giving away a pair every single day from now through next week. And we would love for you to go to that event. So you get to climb, and then you get to hang out. There's so much great stuff going on. Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society will be there with some fun raffles and giveaways and things like that. There's cornhole that's going to be going on as well. There's some food trucks and lots of fun throughout the day. Also some local vendors that will be set up out there. So make a day of it with your family. You can also win 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. We give those away each week as well. And you're going to text MDL for that. If you'd like a Tree Trekkers 3-hour adventure ticket that you can use anytime, I think they're actually good through next year. But you're going to want to text the word tree for that. And then I've got the 4 tickets to any regular season Frederick Keys game. Basically what I give you is a little voucher. You take it to the ticket window and you redeem it for tickets for any game through regular season, which is awesome. You can enter 24 hours a day. Just text cause or MDL or tree or keys. You can text one or text them all. You're going to text to 888-465-2944, and I'd love to give you those prizes. Well, our sponsors are awesome, and they give the prizes to us, and we are happy to pass them along to you. All right, so moving right along. Actually, in here I had our ad break, but we don't need an ad break yet, so we're going to get right to what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar. What is today? It's Taco Tuesday, and you get 20% off 3 tacos all day long from Taco Bar. You can head to Taco Bar, West Point Plaza. They're on Route 40, kind of right between 40 and alternate 40. And you can pick up a steak, chicken, al pastor, carnitas, or fish taco. And if you're vegan, they have options for you as well, which is phenomenal. And if you're feeling a little adventurous, try the beef tongue or small intestine tacos. Find out all the details about Taco Tuesday and everything that is happening at tacobar1.com. That's tacobarone.com. All right, if you want to know what is happening in Frederick, please make sure you let everybody know that the best calendar in the region is located at promocircus.com, and then you just click on Everything Frederick Live and Events. I spent about an hour and a half last night putting in tons of local events that are happening in our town. You can see some of these days, if you look here, 32 more on Thursday, 32 additional on Thursday, 33 more this coming Saturday. I mean, I will say Sunday is the lightest day of the week, and there are still over 20 events happening in our town. So, just so you know. And actually as well, I wanted to let you guys know, I tried this out yesterday. I thought, oh, there's a search function, but there is not a search function when you look at the calendar this way. However, when you're on the website, if you hit Control F, I'm wondering if you can see that on my screen. You should be able to see it. Let me see if that pops up there. But if you hit Control F, you will see, I'm looking at my other screen here. You will see, okay, you can't see the actual search part, but you see how the word home actually got highlighted. I was searching for the word home and it is highlighted on the calendar. So if you're searching for something in particular, use Control F on your computer, Control F, F for Freddy or find, and then type in whatever word you're looking for. Maybe it's, there's a specific thing at Frederick Social, or I wouldn't type in Control F and Frederick because it is going to be everything. So you're going to want to type that in, and then you're going to be able to find the specific things you're looking for. All right, let's get into what is happening today. Let's go to the agenda view, of course, so we can see it. So the events that I added and spent a lot of time adding yesterday, and I'd forgotten all about these guys. Walkersville Railroad has a ton of fun stuff coming up as well. I need to go back through the library events and make sure that they're updated. I do want to let you know that all of the FCPS calendar dates for the school year have been updated so far. And so all your 2-hour earlies and delays and days off are all on this calendar as well. Today, of course, it is probably one of the last weeks. Next week might be the very last week for Regal's Summer Movie Express. Those are the $1 movies at Regal Westview, and they happen at 11 o'clock each Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's see. National Night Out is tonight. Now, Mama Cone and I are going to stop by the Sheriff Department National Night Out, which is at Ballinger Creek Park. But the National Night Out with Frederick City Police is at Mullinex Park, Hill Street Park, and Carrollton Park, all tonight from 5 to 7:30. Now, at each of those events, you're going to get law enforcement demonstrations with the canines, plus some of the trucks are going to be out there, plus some of your local businesses will be there as well. So great evening to take the kids, take the whole family, and check out what our local law enforcement is up to. Coming up tomorrow, Frederick County Animal Control's Microchip Clinic, just $20. You do not need an appointment. So if you need your pet microchipped, you can do it tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. They are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. And then, of course, Maryland Double Deckers, Wednesday, 10:30 to 12:30 is the Kids and Family Adventures on the Double Decker. That's really fun. You can board the Double Decker and take a ride through Frederick, and really, really fun thing. I think the kids will really enjoy it. Let's see. Tomorrow, Cocktails and Conversations at the Home of Everything Frederick. That is from 5 to 7. It is more fun and social than it is networking, but come on out. Shannon provides the beverages. Come on out and meet some people. Bring your business cards or information about your company. And Mama Cone and I will be there until at least 6 o'clock. And then we're going to be heading over to the She Pitch event at Hood College. Then on Thursday, the Home of Everything Frederick is open on Thursdays. You can go by starting at 11 a.m. to pick up your Good Morning Frederick merch or your Everything Frederick merch. They do still have some of those Frederick Girl tank tops available if you want to pick one of them up before the summer finishes out. Then it's Alive at 5 on Thursday. Of course, let's see, we have, Dan McGuire. The Dan McGuire group is playing. They're a great band. If you've not seen them before, you're going to want to head down to Alive at 5 this week 21 and up only on the Alive at 5 side, but you can sit on the library side, take a blanket and a chair and enjoy the music right down on the creek. And Starlight Family Film Festival is happening at the Natelli Community Center starting at 7 o'clock. They have a lot of fun stuff that goes on before the movie, and it is the movie Migration. I've never seen this. So the movie starts at 8:30 and goes till about 10. You can check that out. On Friday, again, the home of everything Frederick is open. You can stop by and say hello to Michael or Tara, or maybe Shannon will be there. I usually pop in and out, maybe doing some interviews for this show. The Frederick Keys are home on Friday evening versus Mahoning Valley. You can watch that game. It's a fireworks night on Friday night, and that game starts at 7 p.m. On Saturday, the Peach Festival is at the Carroll County Farmers Market. That would be fun. That's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I love peaches. Oh my gosh, I could eat peaches all year. I mean, really, but summer peaches are the absolute best. And let's see, Double Dog Dare Rescue. It is Mutts and Music Saturday at Warman's Mill. There's their adoption event. Oh my gosh, remember the dog Blue that I had on the show a few days ago? I hope she got adopted. I really do. She was adorable. But if not, she might be at this event. You're going to want to go check it out. If you want to support a local rescue, they can always use your help. They actually will take your open bags of food. I know the Frederick County Animal Control does not take open bags of food, but they will. So if you started feeding your dog something and they didn't like it, you can take your open bags of food. They will take those for you. Also, this Saturday is the NWTF. It is the Monocacy Valley Chapter Summer Feast. It is at Catoctin Fish and Game. This is, I'm going to try to, I don't know if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can share. Let's see. I can't see this, I don't think. I was going to pull up, when you're on the calendar, I'm hoping you'll be able to see the flyer that is available. We are going to be hearing from Jeremy Poling about this event. This is a great organization to get children outdoors, and kids from, I think, like from 10 to 17 or 18, if they've never been hunting or fishing or spent time in the outdoors, this organization, that's what they do. And they're having a crab feed this Saturday from 5 o'clock on. And I'll make sure we're going to have them on, I think, tomorrow. And so I'm going to make sure and get you some information about that. But that's going to be a great event. And we like to support when we get the kids outside and experiencing Frederick kind of the way it was when I grew up here. And then there is an event at the home of everything Frederick. That is 6 o'clock on Saturday. Manifest your new life. Happiness is balance. I love it. So the fee is just $10, and you're going to want to sign up. So you're going to want to check that out this Saturday at 6 p.m. On Sunday, we have the Celebrate Frederick Summer Concert Series, and that happens at 7 o'clock at Baker Park. So you can check that out. That's really always great. The music this week is 8/11, the Whiskey Treaty Roadshow. That sounds like a lot of fun. Take your blanket, take your family. Kids can run around at the park and have a great time while you're enjoying the music in downtown at the band shell. All right, don't forget, August 14th is the night market, okay? So I'm going to be at the home of everything Frederick. If you show me that you've subscribed to YouTube, you get a Maryland Lottery scratch-off. Or you can choose 2 tickets to the Keys or 2 tickets to Alive at 5. So come to the night market Wednesday the 14th from 5 to 8 p.m. Come check it out, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a good time there. The last night market was really awesome. I'd love to see you all out for that. And then, of course, Climbing for a Cause is Saturday. That is the benefit for Relay for Life and American Cancer Society at Tree Trekkers. You're going to want to head out to that. I'm happy to give you those free tickets as well. All right. If you want details, obviously you got to head to the calendar. That's at promocircus.com. And if you have an event you want included on the calendar and you want me to talk about, you can email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. There are always a ton of events going on here in Frederick. And, you got to kind of raise above the fray if you want your event to be heard. Also, if you're looking for an event MC, you can let me know about that as well. I'd be happy to see if it's something I might be able to do. All right, now we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with Karen Abma, the local grant writer and Shiro Award winner, and Sarah Hurwitz-Roby from Colonial Jewelers. And at 9:45, fingers crossed, we're going to get a live feed from Coach Ballgame, a.k.a. James Lowe. Actually, it's the other way. James Lowe, a.k.a. Coach Ballgame. He's going to tell us about the event he's hosting here in Frederick for kids 5 to 12. All of that is coming up right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finery beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
All right, let's talk about who is making our Frederick market. Obviously, I should have updated that. The next flea market for Pulling for Veterans is September 29th, I think, this Sunday. Not July. July 29th was the last one. But I'm also going to put up information as soon as I receive it. They are having a bounce house event coming up on October 14th. Details are coming soon, but it's going to be $25. All you can bounce from 11 to 4. They are now looking for volunteers aged 14 and up to help with that event. You can email outreach@pullingforveterans.org. And again, the next flea market is in September. I believe it's the 28th or 29th. I'm going to look right here. Let me just see. September 29th. September 29th from, I think they start at 7:30. And they go until 1 or something like that. So you can get your space for that. The last one was really packed. And if you're looking to get rid of your stuff before the winter, it'd be a great time to do it. All right, the Shiro Awards are Thursday at Union Mills. And my next guest will be receiving the Equality Award. I'd like to introduce you to Karen Abma. And she is a grant writer, and her company is Karen Abma Consulting. Here she is. Home of Everything Frederick, and I'm with Karen Adma from Karen Adma Consulting. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So you're a grant writer.
I am.
For those of you that don't know, nonprofits utilize applying for grants to keep doing what they're doing, right?
Yeah. Grant funding is essential for nonprofits to be able to provide all of their programming and services.
And you are a winner of a Shiro Award, which happens on the Thursday evening. I think that event is at Union
Yes.
Mills. The fact that you help these nonprofits, especially those either helping people that disadvantaged in some way, shape, or form, or the actual nonprofits themselves are based on people who need that additional leg up. You're helping them get that money and continue.
Absolutely. The resources to work with the people who are the most vulnerable in our communities
Yeah.
is essential.
Yeah, and actually I met Karen through helping Boys and Girls Club. You
Yes.
are helping them with some grants too. So do you find grants, or you just are pointed where an organization will say, hey, we want to apply for this grant, can you help?
I mean, a bit of both, really.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of executive directors already have people who are funneling them opportunities because they're already in the nonprofit space and are talking to people, are figuring out what funding is coming up. But then there are also those projects that are a little bit niche or just need more research done about what funding is out there. And so I am able to provide that research as well if organizations need it.
Holy cow. I
Yeah.
mean, that in and of itself is a humongous help. I know I've been on some nonprofit boards. The one thing everybody needs is a good grant writer, because there are things that are asked for in a grant, as you know, that if you don't do it correctly, you're not going to
Yeah.
get the money.
Yeah.
So
It's true. It can be really overwhelming to write a grant, or even just to look through grant guidelines and stipulations and everything that's required.
Yeah.
And sometimes executive directors or whoever is on staff just doesn't have the knowledge, the expertise, or even just the time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to comb
Yeah,
through
they
and
do.
even just like find out if you're eligible for a grant.
Right.
Right? That's the very first step. And
Yeah.
sometimes even that is kind of tricky.
previous to coming to, how long have you been in Frederick?
I've been in Frederick for 10 years.
Okay, a decade now. We'll accept you as one of our own now.
Thank you.
What were you doing before you started your own company?
I was working for a local nonprofit that is regional. It was called Transform Mid-Atlantic. They were located on Hood's campus several years ago. They were doing civic engagement and service learning in higher education.
Okay.
And so I applied for and managed their AmeriCorps Vista grant, which is a large federal grant that's basically a domestic Peace Corps program.
Right, yes. I remember
Yeah.
hearing about
So
the
there were
AmeriCorps,
campus
yeah.
community projects.
Yeah.
And so I would apply to the federal government for that grant and then have campuses or higher education institutions apply to me for a position for a campus community project. And so that gave me a real 360-degree
Yeah.
view of grants and what was successful and the reporting side of things. So
Yeah.
it was very comprehensive education.
Yes, yes. And how long were you doing that?
A number of years.
Okay.
I started in 2015.
Okay.
And started my own thing in 2021.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Excellent. What are one or two things that you could share with nonprofits, like the top things when either applying to or looking for a grant that they can do to help kind of maybe get noticed? Or is there any piece of advice that you can offer to a nonprofit at all?
It's kind of about balance, I think, because you want to be realistic in your expectations of like what your organization has the capacity to manage in terms of grants, because larger pots of money come with larger reporting requirements often. And so it is often about balance, trying to figure out how to build that capacity. And I often think of it as kind of like a stepladder or a staircase of getting those initial foundation grants that you might be able to like talk to the funder.
Right.
And have that relationship to get feedback to start kind of your grant education of
Yeah.
how to do it and do it well.
Yeah.
And then you kind of expand to a larger, maybe regional or national foundation, and then state money, and then potentially federal money. And that
Yeah.
all, you know, you have to kind of build up to the biggest pots of money.
Yeah. So your company, are you simply the help with the grant writing itself, that once the money goes, you don't have any input or management over that at all?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I write the grant. I do a comprehensive, thorough grant application. I'll help with submitting, just getting it to the finish line.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of out of my hands after that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's very cool. So as I said, there's a ton of nonprofits here in Frederick who would need your services, I'm sure.
Yes.
How many grant writers are there in Frederick? Do you know?
I don't.
Oh.
There's a few of us.
Okay. There's 1,500 nonprofits in
There are
Frederick.
many nonprofits. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how many grant writers.
Yeah. I
And
think
I
you might be
probably
only
don't-
one of two that I know of, but I guess I haven't done my research.
I think there are
in
a
that.
handful, but I don't know everyone either.
Yeah, that's interesting. You guys don't have a little basement kind of place where you all get
No,
together
we
and
should, right?
complain about
Yes.
no. All the work that has to be done. How long does it take to write a grant typically? Do you have
That depends on the funding
Yeah.
source. Again,
Yeah.
a smaller foundation. And it also depends on how long I've been working with an organization.
Okay, so how much you already know versus how much you have to learn to do that. Yeah,
Exactly. So
understandable.
the first grant application with a new organization that I'm working with is often a bit of a heavier lift, because I'm learning about the organization, the programs that they have, the services they provide, even just how they talk about themselves in their own marketing and materials.
What can an organization do to make your job easier when they decide to contact you? What can they already have in place to kind of ease that heavy lift the first time around?
Yeah, if they've ever applied to any other grants prior to engaging my services, I will ask for those applications.
Okay,
I want all of the information, or we'll sit down and do a meeting and go through what are the services or programs that you have, and their funding model too, of because sometimes you have to create a project in order to apply for a grant.
Right.
And so you have to think about the work a little bit differently as a project,
Than
whereas
you would typically.
normally you wouldn't think of it necessarily as a project.
Yeah. When you're engaged with the client, are you in there with them on their property, or is this information gathering done more by phone calls and meetings and that sort of thing?
Yeah. So both. I really enjoy working with local organizations so that we can have sit-down face-to-face meetings, or I can see their offices or centers or wherever they hold programming.
Yeah.
That helps me tell their story better.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But most of my work is remote.
Yeah.
I work from home, and a lot of it is by phone, email, text, all that good stuff.
Yeah. What's been the biggest challenge in doing this sort of business for you?
Just running a business itself has been a steep learning curve for me. I never thought that I would run my own business.
Yeah.
I've never felt like I have been an entrepreneurial person.
Right.
So that has been really interesting and fun and challenging. Also, client relationships. I think everyone is different. Everyone operates in slightly different way. Executive directors have boards who they need to report to, and so all of those lines of communication are really helpful for me to learn and to figure out how the communication is going so that I can fill the piece that needs to be filled within their organization.
What made you decide to actually start your own consulting firm for this?
Some COVID burnout.
Yeah.
I was working for a nonprofit who was asking that I take on more for no bump in pay and on part-time hours, and I had 2 small children at home. And so there came a point where it was enough and I needed to do something different.
Yeah.
And I knew that I was good at this. I knew grants, I can write, and so I set off
Made sense.
and it just made sense.
Yeah. Very good. Do you have any goals you want to achieve this year? Have you kind of set any for yourself at all, or you're just happy kind of just as it comes in?
Yeah.
You take the work or not?
Well, one of the things that I'm doing is doing a little bit of marketing for myself, which I have not done previously. Both kids are now in school full time, so I have a little bit more capacity during the year. So I am building a new website, actually talking to a marketing person,
Nice.
potentially doing a rebrand in the near future. So we'll see how that goes.
That's all exciting
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
That's all
It is.
exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, I think, again, once word gets out, my friend, I think you'll be turning away more opportunity than you can even count, because as I said, I know there's a lot of nonprofits who need your service or guidance or help. You might have to do like a webinar series or something to help people. I don't know.
You are not the first person to suggest
so
doing
you
something
can
like that. So
reach
we'll
a greater
see.
audience. Maybe just, something they pay for, that they get your tips and they have access to you maybe on just kind of a one question basis. I don't know.
Sure.
But anyway.
Sure.
Don't want to rewrite your whole business plan right there. But this is Karen, and she is being awarded a Shiro Award coming up very soon during She Week from the Chamber of Commerce of Frederick. We congratulate you on everything you're doing and
Thank
wish
you
you all
so
the
much.
best. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, want to thank Karen. Seriously, it takes a special person to be able to write those grants. They're technical, they need to be creative, they need to meet all the requirements, and sometimes they are pages and pages and pages and pages of information. So it takes special people to do it. It's why there aren't that many people that do it, because their skill is relied upon so heavily. We appreciate that she's helping out our local nonprofits. And if you're a nonprofit and you want to see if there are some grants you want to try to receive, then you can check her out. I'm going to stall for just a few minutes because I think we've got Coach Ballgame who will be joining us. We'll see. Hopefully it should be signing on in just a couple minutes. But I do want to remind you, we talked about it a little bit in what's happening in Frederick, but on Wednesday, August 14th, we will be at the home of Everything Frederick, and if you show me that you have subscribed, you're going to get either a Maryland Lottery scratch-off or tickets to the Keys or Live at 5 tickets. But also, if you buy a t-shirt or one of the tumblers or a hat, you're going to get a tank top for free while supplies last. Now, if you don't want the tank top, I'll give you a magnet or a sticker or something. We'll figure it out. But anyway, I just want to get you in the shop and get people wearing the Good Morning Frederick gear. I think it's pretty cool. And then coming up on Sunday the 18th, I won't be announcing this until probably mid next week. But there is going to be something huge. All of this is leading up to our 100th show on August 20th. So the 100th show is coming up on August 20th. I'm going to ask you guys a huge, huge favor. We're going to be trying to get as many people to watch the show live as we possibly can. Trust me, I'm reaching out to family. I'm reaching out to friends from all over the country. I would love to see our live number on YouTube just skyrocket and see how many people we can get watching live for the 100th show. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some bloopers. We're going to have some great guests. Carlos Klein is going to be on the show. Rick Weldon, who is our chamber president. Kelly Schultz, who ran for governor and is now executive director of Maryland Tech Council. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have a good time. And that show, obviously excited about that milestone. So, all right, I'm going to run these next quick sponsor messages, and hopefully James Lowe will be on with us when we return. So, right after this break, we've got James Lowe, who's Coach Ballgame, who's coming to Frederick from California for his Sandlot baseball camp. And you're going to hear from Sarah Hurwitz-Roby from Colonial Jewelers. All of that is coming up right after this.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Get ready to start Colonial Jewelers. Okay, I stalled long enough. He's going to have to wait. We are going to go ahead with Sarah Hurwitz-Roby. Colonial Jewelers has been a staple in Frederick for 75 years. They've been downtown Frederick. Even when everyone else bailed, they were still there. And they've been around for 100 years. And now at the helm is great-granddaughter Sarah Hurwitz-Roby. She talks to me about the love and passion she has for this business. Here she is. I'm at Colonial Jewelers at the corner of Market and Patrick Streets with Sarah Hurwitz-Roby. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much for having me down.
Oh, yes. Thanks for coming.
I'm sorry to say I haven't been in Colonial Jewelers since the whole construction, redo. It is so fresh and really beautiful inside.
Thank you. It was a huge undertaking. It had been 25 years since we had moved in here and really did any kind of big remodel. So
Yeah.
it was a big project, but it was worth it. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
just really great.
Thank you.
75 years, your family has owned Colonial Jewelers here in downtown Frederick.
Yes. So the company's over 100 years old, but we've been in downtown Frederick for 75 years.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it is pretty unreal when you think about it. And we made a really great history video for our 75th, and it's on our website. And when we were going through all these things that Frederick's been through and the family's been through and the business, it's pretty awesome.
It is pretty
still
awesome.
be here. And,
Yeah. So what, it was your grandfather? Or-
yes, my great-grandfather started the company. It was originally in the Westminster area. My grandfather saw Frederick as this town. He said, this town's got a lot of potential. So he opened up a location here.
How smart was he?
So smart. We were in 3 different locations before we moved here in 1998.
Okay.
We were across the street. Many people will remember at 9 West Patrick, right across the street where Spin the Bottle is right now, the wine company. And then we were up the street on Market Street for a couple years in another location up there. So he moved here, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So you grew up basically with jewelry and this store as part of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
My parents were both involved. My grandparents were involved. When I was a kid, my grandparents were still actively working in the business, so I remember that. We used to come downtown. Downtown used to be a really, thriving place. It had a period where it wasn't. Now it is again. So
right.
There was a time when everyone left downtown right after the flood. And for other different reasons, everyone went to, that's when they started having shopping malls and strip malls and all the businesses left.
Yeah.
And we were one of the only ones that stayed. And that's something I'm really proud of my grandparents for having that insight to do that, because, downtown's important.
Well, everything is cyclical, right? And your grandparents probably saw it. It's going to come back around. You just have to be patient. And wait it out. And what a glorious location you guys have.
Thank you.
You are literally the flagship in downtown Frederick.
Yeah, which we're honored to be,
yes.
of course.
Yeah. So tell me about the jewelry business. Like, sometimes kids growing up in a family business tend to not, love it.
Yes.
You love it, though.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've always loved it. I feel so fortunate every day that this is what my family business is, because I love the business of it. I love the gemology of it. I love working with customers and being in downtown and being a part of the community. And so I just, it really just feels like a dream come true every day.
Yeah.
to get to
well,
do
who
this.
wouldn't love to be surrounded by gorgeous diamonds and jewelry all day long, right?
Well,
So,
even beyond just what we're selling in a
Right.
tangible product, we're getting to be a part
Yeah.
of people's really special parts of their lives.
Yes.
You know, married and engaged and married and having kids and anniversaries, and people, you know, come to see us for all kinds of things. And so that's just like beyond, of course, the product is cool and beautiful, and that's an awesome bonus, but it really is more than just that.
Yeah. Well, you guys obviously have integrated into this community in huge ways. You're always giving back to local organizations. I see those beautiful bracelets you guys sell as fundraisers
thanks.
everywhere, which is so wonderful and generous. Your mom, obviously, with the Hurwitz Foundation, with the breast cancer that she beat and continues to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars
We're
for.
at $3.5 million right
That
now, which is just
crazy.
mind-blowing when I
Yeah.
hear that, because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, what started as when she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1999 and didn't have choices here in Frederick, had to go to Baltimore, had to travel away from, she still had, I was at college, but she still had my siblings at home, and to have to travel for her diagnostics and her surgery and her care, we didn't have that here in Frederick. So the fact that Frederick now has early detection equipment that they don't even have in huge metropolitan areas, that we here in Frederick have that, it's just so awesome.
It is awesome. And I remember interviewing her for American Cancer Society years ago, and I just think it's amazing that her, again, it's kind of like your family, this foresight, this dedication to giving back to the community. It really is emblazoned throughout Colonial Jewelers and your family, which is awesome. With your siblings, do any of them work in the business at all?
No,
do
not
they have
at all.
any
They have no
desire?
interest, no desire, never have,
That's
which
fine.
is fine.
Yeah,
and actually, I know our industry's a lot of family businesses, and so I know a lot of people who have interesting dynamics with their siblings. That I have great siblings, and we don't have to worry about work together. So
that's really great.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge in taking this over that you've encountered, if any?
Well, I think every generation does everything different, and hopefully not too many things different, because you want to change and evolve, but you also have a history of success.
Don't want to stray from
You don't
that,
really
yeah.
want to. You don't want to throw out the baby with the
Yeah.
bathwater, as they say. You don't want to there's a lot of really great things that my parents and my grandparents did that I want to keep on to, but then there's some things that have to change because they just
Right.
have to evolve. You can't just say, well, the reason we're doing that is because that's how we've always done it, which
Yes.
is really easy, especially in a multi-generational long-term business, to say, well, we've always done it this way.
Right,
Why would
right.
we- Not, you just can't get out, you can't see out of your way. So, I mean, that's been, just trying to find a good balance with that has been good. Also, the, different generations have different work style. They have different priorities of what's important to them in work. So just, learning about, when I came into the business, it was my dad's generation of staff, and now it's my generation of staff. So certain things about that have had to evolve. How we do things have had to evolve.
Yes, yeah.
So
and look, you have a lot of dynamics to deal with, right? When you're doing that, so it's really
Right.
excellent that you guys. Or do you have any particular goals you would like to achieve before the end of this year? Is there anything in particular you guys are striving for?
No, I don't look at. In some years, we've had remodels, or we want to launch our custom program, but in a lot of years, we just want to keep providing that service to customers, always having everyone happy, customers coming in and really experiencing something special when they come in here. More than just going shopping, or it's
Right. Well, I love that you do a lot of stuff out in front. You've had the chalkboard in
Yes.
years. You've had the wings in
Yes.
years. I see the yes,
The yes is
out there
brand new,
now.
because yes is for everyone. You
Yes.
don't have to be in love to say
No,
yes. You
no.
don't have to be getting married to say yes.
No.
You could say yes
Yeah.
if you're getting married, but
Yeah.
you just yes is just such a positive thing. So,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, yes, exactly right, exactly right. So jewelry, not
Yes.
just diamonds, watches. You do permanent jewelry.
We do permanent jewelry. We do endless permanent jewelry. We do sterling silver and 14 karat gold, solid gold. What makes us different is we have a specialized machine. It's done by our jewelers. They're trained. We have a special type of gas that we use that makes it a more permanent, stronger weld.
Okay.
So we do that here in our beautiful showroom. You make an appointment. You come in. You pick your chain. We also have gemstone options, charms you can add to it. Have a nice Prosecco or 10th Ward cocktail or idiom beer or whatever you choose, and just relax with your friends up in this beautiful area where we are right now.
It is gorgeous, and I love this.
No, thank you.
So you guys took some of the pieces from Frederick News Post and put them on the wallpaper, which is fantastic. So all of these are family?
Yeah, everyone's family. Wow. Like this is my dad right here in the middle.
Whoa, here?
Yeah, I think he was 5 there. Well, in 61 he would have been 5 or 6, depending on that.
I love it.
Yeah, but that's with my grandmother, his mom, who was in the business, and up there, that's the at 9 West Patrick. That's the store. You know, quite a few people in Frederick will remember. That's where we were until '98. We were there for 48 years.
So I must remember that because we were up here in '77.
Yeah, so that's where we were in my whole childhood. We moved here my junior year of high school. So it's been 26 years, but it's that's where we were. That's where it was in my childhood.
Yeah, yeah. And that's your mom, yeah?
That's my mom.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, yeah. It looks just like her.
That's my mom and dad. This was on our, you can't see it there, but I think that was on our 40th anniversary. So that was 35 years ago.
That's awesome.
My grandmother.
I mean, amazing. You guys have always done some really fun events to promote not only Colonial, but just some fun and interactive. Anything big planned for the next year or so? You guys, I know you do the cake walk, or
we do the wedding walk, which has been great because that's something we've been doing for over 15 years, the cake dig, which is out on Market Street. And then a handful of years ago, we started involving all the other downtown merchants that do wedding stuff. And it's really evolved into basically a tour of different venues with micro weddings popped up inside of it, and that's been really cool. Yeah. We always do a number of specific things, wedding band events. Yeah. We have a few sales a year, things like that. We do a number of events for the Breast Cancer Fund. So that's probably our biggest event driven. Yeah. In the fall coming up, we have the Pink Ribbon 5K, and we have the Pink Ribbon Gala, which is our 25th anniversary of the fund this year. And so we're doing a huge event at Hood College. It's going to be so much fun. So
we can't wait to hear about that one for sure.
I'm sure my mom would like to talk about all that.
Yes, we will definitely get her on for that because that's a big milestone. And years. The progression of what she's seen from when she was diagnosed to today is just phenomenal. It really is. And then you guys did the Breakfast at Tiffany's event, came back this year.
Yes, that came back
so
this
fun.
Year, which was really fun.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of getting some opinions whether we're going to do that same one event next year, if we're going to change it up, we're going to wait a year, kind of in the planning process with that.
Yeah, but it's really good because, again, you guys are very visible in the community. You've been such a huge part of it. And, we appreciate you and your family for, kind of being just such an integral part of
we love this community. We're so proud to be here and just proud of our community. We've got just like the best community and the best town, and we're just so fortunate, and that's why we just want to keep investing in it. Being part of it.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thank
Sarah
you.
Hurwitz-Roby and Colonial Jewelers. If you're looking for anything, custom jewelry, they have jewelers right on site. What are they? They're jewelers, right? Is that what they're
called?
Jewelers,
CAD designers.
Yeah, CAD designers. They 3D print stuff so you can see it. And come check it out. Come get your jewelry here at Colonial Jewelers.
Thank you.
Okay, I encourage you to check out the video at colonialjewelers.com. It's so well done about the history of the company. They used period actors, and they have actually news footage, historical footage as well of downtown Frederick back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. It's really, really quite cool. And a history of the whole company and how it got started and where it is today. So colonialjewelers.com for that. All right. No idea our guest didn't show up today. Maybe we can get him on tomorrow, but it is on the calendar, September 8th, coach ball game. I encourage you to go watch the YouTube. If you've got children 5 to 12, they're going to want to head out to that. It's going to be a fun day. All right, coming up tomorrow's show, She Pitch finalist Hannah King from Squad Style Work and Wellness. I've also added a lot of her events to the calendar. Just did that actually a minute ago. And Jennifer Gerlach, who is a Shero Award winner. A reminder, please fill out the survey. Find it at Good Morning Frederick on Facebook. And tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there. Let's have an awesome Tuesday. And let's be great, Frederick.